Hi, my name is Eamon. I'm 11 years old and I was born profoundly deaf with Usher syndrome.
And my name is Kealan. I'm 9 years old in year 4. I was born with Usher syndrome.
When I grow up, I want to be a pilot and fly for Qantas. I love going to the airport sometimes and watching the planes land and take off, especially when we're going on our own trip.
When I grow up, I would like to be a paleontologist because I'll go all around the world and discover dinosaur fossils.
When I visit Dr. Fred at Lions Eye, I'm happy to see him since he's always cheerful. And what I don't like about the visits are the eye drops. And I think everyone can agree about that because it burns a bit when it touches the eye, but also after a few minutes, it makes everything go blurry. I have lost my night vision, so at night, I find it very tricky for me to see stuff in the dark. Like sometimes I can see the outlines of the object, but not all the time, and I often trip over or bump into things. And it also happens during the daytime.
Eamon and Kealan were diagnosed profoundly deaf, and their balance wasn't quite right. And I was a bit concerned, and I kept asking professionals, do they think there could be a further problem in this? And they weren't too sure, so we decided to do genetic testing. And Eamon was almost 3 years old, and he still wasn't reaching all his milestones, and Kealan hadn't started walking yet, and he was going on 20 months already and still no sign of walking. And then we decided, we got the genetic testing. First time it came back, it said non-syndromic hearing loss. So we thought, oh, well, we've dodged a bullet there. The boys don't have Usher syndrome. And then 2 weeks later, we got another letter to say we need to come back and see them, where we got the diagnosis that both boys had a condition called Usher syndrome, and it was Usher type 1D. So Usher 1D means that the boys were born profoundly deaf without any hearing. They've got balance problems, hypermobility, and they will lose their vision a lot faster in their teen years. So now Eamon is 11 years old and we can already see a bit of his vision going already. So it's a timing game. Talking to Eamon about his Usher syndrome, he has mentioned, even though he's very positive, he finds it devastating. He doesn't know what's going to happen. He just said, will I be able to fly a plane? Will I be able to do things like my friends do? I'm not going to be able to drive a car. I'm not going to be able to do things like that. And that's devastating for him. Getting up to their teenage years, especially Eamon now that he's approaching it, time is of the essence, and we are racing against time to find a cure, because that's with kids with Usher 1D, that's when they lose most of their eyesight during that time. Please donate today to support vital research into Usher syndrome that could change the future for families like ours.